think that inconsistent behavior, you have to be mindful of your own inconsistencies. So like Marcus was talking about respect. If you don't respect someone, it's gonna be hard to be consistent with them, because you don't have a boundary set. You don't have a standard set of how you're treating them. Um, and so you have to be mindful. You have to take inventory. Mistaken was talking about your partner seeing that you're working towards, being more consistent. Maybe you got to work on your mouth. I always say that women need to work on our mouths. Is one of the first things we need to work on. They see that that's happening, but you yourself have to get in a place. Women have to get in a place where they're actually catching themselves, because we're called to respect men and men are called to love us, and it's going to be hard to love someone that doesn't know how to catch themselves, that doesn't know how to have self-control, that doesn't know those things, because you're supposed to love others like you love yourself. So if you're consistently yelling, or you're disrespectful, or you're not mindful of somebody else's feelings, you're doing that to yourself really first. And maybe you don't know when you started doing that to yourself. And so when you get with someone, it's a mirror. They're going to mirror back to you what you're doing. And I think that we take the single season for granted, because you don't have anyone mirroring back to you who you are or what you're doing. And so when you get with someone and that's brung, to the forefront or to their attention, now you get defensive, or you want to say it's not true, or you want to hide behind your actions, when that's just the time to be accountable and just say, you know what, I have had this issue. We heard about it with Jeezy and Jeannie Mai, right? She's like, oh, I've had this temper. It's been in my family forever. We have to come to a place where we are taking inventory on ourselves. And I always say that you shouldn't bleed on the people that didn't cut you. And a lot of times we bleed on people that didn't even cut us, and we don't even realize it until that person walks out of our life, tells us that they're through with us. We have to take that inventory. Nobody's going to do that for us. So you can go to person, and it's not going to matter, because you haven't fixed the issues within yourself.
Okay. You want to say something, Marcus?
Yeah, no, I think that's a great example. And I think a point of it, a reference with that Jenny Mae thing, she said she hadn't been with anybody that she respected enough to even try and address that issue. I think that was a perfect example of that. That was a perfect example.
All right, go ahead, Jay. What are your thoughts about it, sir? If she's inconsistent even after you address the issue.
Uh, what Marcus and Mistaken mentioned, in terms of respect and in terms in knowing the person's past, and understanding that if this is something that they grew up doing, that behavior change is not going to happen overnight. That's with anything when you're trying to make positive changes. I think Precious had a perfect reference point, in the Jeannie my thing, like she was married to that white guy, what I mean, prior to Jeezy. So what that indicated to me was that she did not respect him enough to make those changes. You know what I'm saying? So respect being the primary thing. And with the question, it says, if she's inconsistent now, who is she? Is she uh jump off? Is she your girlfriend? Is she your wife? Depending on the level of investment you have in that person is going to dictate if you even want to put in the time it takes. If this is somebody that you see long term, then you put that effort to see that change behavior and work with them and be patient in that process. But ultimately, if none of that is coded in respect, like the reference that Precious made to what Jeannie Ma, she was married to a dude that she didn't respect. Like, think about that. She was married to somebody that she didn't respect. She said when Jeezy checked her on that behavior, and Jeezy has money, so she respected him probably because this was somebody who's checking me on this behavior. Plus, he makes more than me. So I respect him for that. You know what I mean? So you shouldn't be married to somebody you don't respect.
I agree. Rose, what are your thoughts about it if she's inconsistent even after you address the issue?
I just feel like she doesn't love him enough. Because I feel like if I love somebody, whatever's bothering him, and he communicates that to me, I change my ways for him. Yeah, that's just what it is, honestly.
All right, short, sweet, and simple. Okay. Brother Hink, if she's inconsistent even after you address the issue.
Yeah, she shouldn't make it. I don't understand this, man, because if her employer get her write up for being late consistently, she's gonna have to make that immediate change or lose her job and lose her money resource. Well, the same thing should go with a man. If she doesn't make that change immediately, you need to cut her ass off. So it means you're not providing for her no more. Find another man to provide for your ass. It won't be me. You're not going to continue to allow you to disrespect me, to be an asshole. I'm addressing it, letting you know what you're doing wrong, and you can still want to do it. Talking about, well, give me some time. Mr. Charlie don't give you that much time to continue to be late before he cut your ass loose.
Nope.
Or find you a replacement. Mr. Charlie gonna find a replacement, just like he's gonna find you a replacement. Because I'm gonna find that woman's gonna respect me like I need to be respected, and I'm gonna find your ass at the unemployment office.
Damn, Hank.
Leave at the restaurant, JR.
You're wrong. You're wrong with that one. So, do you guys think it's easy for a woman to lose respect for a man? Is it something that happens more often than we think? Or if she respects him, she just always maintains a level of respect for him?
I think there are things that a man can do where she can lose respect. Absolutely. I think that can happen. But I do think that there are a bunch of relationships out here where the women don't have any respect. And that could be through a fault of the man's, being how he presented himself. And she looked at him like, well, shit, if you're going to put this out here, I'm going to just use you for what you presented. And then there's just, women that you not going to get their respect, but they see some type of value. You can be valuable and not respected. You know what I mean? So if you have some sort of utility, then that can be what they can respect your hustle, but you as a person, it's like, it is what it is.
I also feel like if the woman feels like she compromised with the guy, meaning maybe that wasn't her top pick, and that's wrong, of course. But if
hold on to that, we're gonna get into that a little bit later with the main topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like it happens over time. I'm sorry, cut you off.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I feel like it happens over time. Like a woman losing respect for a man, it happens like through like different trials. Like, you know what I mean? Like when something keeps happening or something that she doesn't like, and it's like now she's getting turned off to where it turns into disrespect.